Welcome to Real Estate Uncensored, the place for actionable ideas to reach people online, build your personal brand, and get more clients. That is Greg McDaniel, the Junior Grand Master of Sales in the co-pilot seat.
And that is Matt Johnson, agency owner, author of Microfamous, and certified Greg Wrangler.
Each week, you're going to hear from some of the best coaches, leaders, brokers, top producing agents, and social media experts, all with one goal: give you the sales and marketing tactics to up your game today.
Okay, now let's jump back into the latest episode of Real Estate Uncensored. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. I have the evil bald ninja who is the masked singer today with his beanie and his goggles on. We have Jenn who's going to come on and do a second appearance with us. She is absolutely amazing. We're going to be talking about, everything, how to be motivated in the morning, good routines. Right now, everything is a fucking dumpster fire shit show of 2020, and we need a little positivity. So we're going to bring it in hot and heavy. I am wearing an anonymous mask, which is my private protest to life at this moment. Gene, what are you wearing for all the people that are listening at home?
It's a Versace style sleeping mask.
What shit? Oh, wait, hold on, what?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live. Who are you, sir? Because I can't see you.
I wasn't sleeping behind my snow goggles.
Of course you weren't.
I promise I wasn't.
He has to dig out of Philly.
This is 30-something degrees here. The weather sucks. I'm all bundled up, and I don't have any heat.
Oh, man, that sucks. That really sucks. But you know what? It's almost 60 degrees here. Going to be almost 70 today with bright blue skies and palm trees here in California.
Jen, I'll let you say to him what I want to say to him.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she did it. She done did it.
So, Jen, tell everybody a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do, your podcast, kind of give people the landscape of kind of who you are.
All right. Well, Jenn Murtland from Cincinnati, Ohio. And our podcast is Toe to Toe Podcast. We're actually changing the name to Realtor-Fight-Club. Is that good? That's nice. A great name, right?
Yes.
I dig that.
Yeah. Until we get in trouble, then we're going to change it to Real-A-Tour with a capital A, Fight Club.
Oh, my God.
You don't think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious, but yes.
Yeah. I'm hoping we get in trouble. But then in real estate...
Wait, hold on. Before we get further, what's the premise of it? What's going to happen?
Oh, you mean in the podcast?
Yeah.
So what we do is Monica Weakley and I, who's been on the show a few times, we take a real estate topic like, should you encourage the buyer to write a letter to the seller with their offer? And then I'll be like, hell no. And she'll be like, of course, because she's a lot nicer. And we battle about it. And then I get a guest like Greg has been on before. What were we battling about when you were on, Greg? Do you remember? Cold calling. It was cold calling versus like marketing. Yeah. So we battle about it. Then we have a guest as like a tiebreaker. It's pretty fun. It can get really heated because I'm pretty passionate about certain topics.
It was a lot of fun, and guys, I completely encourage you to go take a look at this show. They do just a wonderful, wonderful job on the production of it. But today, Jen, I want to jump in with you and just kick this thing off because we're just going to crush skulls and kick people in the taints.
There it is.
2020 has been a dumpster fire. We all can agree with that. Some good ways, some bad ways, but emotionally, mentally, psychologically,
it's a roller coaster, for sure.
It's an up and down. I mean, in California, we're locking down again. So after this show, I'm going to go get a haircut probably for the last time this year. Fuckface it, asshole, governor.
Oh.
But
you could always move.
Well, that's a behind the scenes conversation. Okay. But
I've been trying to move for 4 months now.
Longer than that. But the thing is that a lot of people are struggling with mental stability, positivity and stuff like that, and routines. So a lot of us have fallen off routines because guess what? A lot of folks, we don't have to get up and go to work anymore. Well, we have to go to work, but we're not getting up and going to an office. Right? It's totally different. So, I mean, walk us through, Jen, because I know that you're an incredibly powerful personality. You're very positive. You always make me laugh and smile. What are some of the routines and things that you're doing that are keeping you moving on a daily, monthly, weekly basis?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, even though you're right, so like everybody's routine, if they had one, but let's be honest, most real estate agents don't even have the routine.
Nah.
So, but let's just pretend in our little fantasy unicorn world that they do have a routine. So we just need to alter it like a little bit, right? So if you have kids at home and you're like also their teacher and things like that, like make it, your routine cannot be the same. So if before you started at 9, but now you have to be with the kids at 9, don't try to like overwork yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the biggest thing. Like actually the real underlying, the netting it out is living in reality with your current situation. Like what is it really?
Right. And I think a lot of times people are having a hard time adjusting because our realities are shifting so
For sure.
effing fast. I mean, I go to Safeway, which is my supermarket here in Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
And, my girlfriend and I always being very conscientious about, in regards to bringing my reusable bags and everything else. And then one day they said, no, you can't bring them in the store anymore. They literally made you take them back out. Then they're like, okay, you can bring them back in. And then
I
like,
know it changes every day.
You can have them, but you can't touch the counters. I'm like, you fucktards, get it fucking straight. What do you want me to fucking do?
But that's like all the more reason though to like bring it down to the thing about being a real estate agent is we forget. Like I used to say there's only 3 rules of being an agent. Be nice, don't be a douche, and answer your phone. But I realized it's not just being nice, it's about like honoring your word. So it's honoring your word to yourself first and bringing it down to like the most minute thing. And we think we love to help people and that's why we're a realtor. You know what I mean? But that's stupid. You have to make money too, or nobody gets fed, right?
Right.
So really what is the most dollar producing activity that you do as a real estate agent? And I'm here to tell you that is generating new leads. Do you agree?
I agree. And Gene, this is where you're going to weigh in because you generate leads for a living for people. I mean, this is the greatest conversation ever for you and for me. But what would you say would be the number one thing a real estate agent can do to generate leads on a daily basis?
Right now?
Yeah.
And because I say that meaning this is different than it was 6 months ago, right? Like I have found for myself that the greatest lead generator comes from the process of a positive interrupt. So
positive interrupt, describe that.
Yeah. So pick your platform, right? So we're talking digital now for the time being, but pick your platform and think about the content that you see that scrolls through in front of your face while you're on that platform. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, California needs to break off the coast. COVID's killing all the people. It's not, people are arguing about whether it's the flu or not. Boom, 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 right? Now here I step in with my positive, powerful message and my hype speech. And if you need help, call me. And I break open my calendar for you for Superpower Coffee Hour. You remember that, Greg?
Oh, I do. I actually do.
Yeah.
What is that?
So all right. So we'll dig into it a little bit. So back when this coronavirus first started, you probably have seen some of Greg's hashtag challenge to lead live videos.
Mm-hmm.
So we started that over here on the East Coast. And basically it was just a challenge. Somebody challenged me and then I challenged Greg to go live for whatever every day for 30 days in a row. And it could be a minute, 30 seconds, 8 minutes, depending on what you were talking about. And for me, it was never about lead gen. It wasn't about building a business. Hi, I'm the marketer. Call me for your, it was never that. It was all goofy interrupts, me with snow goggles on and listening to my favorite music. One night I reviewed a beer. We were cooking in my kitchen. I showed the recipe. And I found out over time that people were really happy that there was a positive interrupt in their lives. So they would go through and see all this crap that was negatively impacting their psyche, and they'd see my goofy face, right? And then they would go, let me see what this idiot's doing. Yeah, right. And the amount of conversations that I generated from that it was stupid. So, and I started to really look into it. I've been talking about this for the last 4 months now. And this is actually the message I'm carrying with me. I did a video with 86 EXP agents on 2 days ago. And the reaction and interaction that we got from what we're talking about right now was talk about positive energy. Yeah. It's still going. Like I log on to Facebook every day and I'm watching these guys and girls post their 1 minute video about how well their day started. And it's not BS stuff. It's like,
no, it's like real. But I think too, what you're talking about is like, people have all that negative energy and it's because, and it makes them feel bad, but not because of what's being said is negative, but what they think about what's being said.
Right.
So like they're either worried about maybe what's going to happen and it causes like anxiety or like whatever. And what you're doing is being like, hey, come back.
Yep.
Like, it's fine. Like, you got to still cook dinner. You got to still make funny faces. Like, you have a choice. You can either like laugh or you can be worried about something that you don't even know is going to happen or not. You don't know.
You don't know. And even still further, even all the news that you're reading and you're consuming online, you don't know, like, is it real? Did somebody just make it up? Is it clickbait? Like,
they all made it up.
Yeah, who knows, right? But here's what is not real. I'm an asshole. And when you see me online, you're going to giggle. That's what's real, right? Like, and I think people appreciate that, and it's different. So like the thing I said to my crew yesterday was, be different and just stand out, not in a goofy way, but just be away from the grain, which is bringing everybody down and crushing their psyche, right? Like be the guy that's sometimes it's corny, right? Like nobody wants to see me doing butterfly pull-ups at the gym, except there are two people on there that are like, if that fat bastard can do it, I could do it too. And then they go to the gym.
You're inspirational, Gene.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm being a little bit different, and it's working in my favor.
Well, no, I agree with you as well. I mean, a couple of months ago, I was a Saturday afternoon. My girlfriend was at work, and I was sitting around the house being a fat bitch. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I got to get the fuck up, and I got to go do something, healthy for myself. So I went for a run, and I was 2 miles into my run, and I'm regretting every single step I've taken so far. And so I did a quick video about. Well, I usually run about 4 to 5 miles.
Okay.
And I posted a quick little story on Instagram, and they shifted it over to Facebook. And I just said, oh my God, this sucks. Why am I doing this? I have to stay true to myself. Well, wish you guys a blessed, powerful day, and I'll see you guys later. And I got so many DMs on that going like, thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. And I'm going like, just from like the chunky dude going for a run, and Jenn lost her life.
That was funny. That was weird looking.
It was like a light bulb one. But what you're saying is true. And I think like doing those challenges that you're talking about, it's like you put that in your routine. Like, okay, I'm going to post something on Facebook. I'm going to go live every day, even if it's 30 seconds or 20 minutes or whatever. Like doing that every day, even if you don't feel like doing it. Like I'm going to run every day, like whatever it is. Even if you don't feel like doing it, eventually the routine will pull you through, and you and what you feel will be out of the way because you'll be so used to doing it. Like how many times in the last how many ever years have you woken up and not brushed your teeth?
A lot.
Don't answer that, Greg. Gene.
A lot.
Me? No. Twice a day.
No,
twice
because you have the routine of like brushing your teeth. So it's the same thing. If you have the routine of doing something silly every day or being present or taking a run or like whatever it is, it'll just pull you through. You
know what else I think too? I find this funny. Like I talk about this a lot. Women are so much better than men.
True.
True. Yes, they are.
You can end the podcast. With that, man.
All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up. The show has ended. Women are better than men. Route. Goodbye.
Here's the thing. If there were only men on this planet, there would be no more planet. And if there were only women on this planet, they'd be just fine. Right? They'd be catcalling at each other, but it would be just fine. But the reason why I say that is because I feel like, well, the one thing I'm missing that I wish I had is they you know how they talk about that there's some kind of a chemical that's released when a woman gives birth, and apparently from what I read is that it makes them forget the pain. Otherwise they would never do it again, right?
Yeah.
So like
that makes sense.
I'm constantly looking for that. Like just take the gym for example. Like I get to the gym.
Are you going to compare the gym to giving birth?
No.
You're going to get so much hate mail.
No. What I mean is the hard things in life. I wish I had that release of chemical.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had the superpower. I could say. What's that?
Is it dopamine?
I don't think so.
I think you get the same release if you like snort a line of Coke or something like that.
Should I try that before the gym?
Which we do not condone in any way, shape, or form on this show. We're just merely discussing chemical things.
That would help with my weight loss, I think.
Probably, no. Yeah, you wouldn't eat.
We'll talk about this later off air.
Almost Oregon or whatever.
I think, Gene, what you're looking for is, and I don't know, I'll ask Jackie when she gets back from work today. But I mean, you're looking for the happiness gene, the happiness hormone, because you go through something hard. You have to be forged through fire. That's what makes you the strongest, and then you want to do it again. And a lot of us right now are losing that forging through fire. We'd rather just sit there and eat bonbons, sit on the couch, Netflix our brains out, go boating, drink Bud Lights, Coors Lights, whatever your flavor is. But we're
obviously White Claw, Greg.
White Claw. Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws.
Right.
Bad Greg.
Come on.
Bad Greg. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Do you think, though, a lot of people say, like, if you don't have that, then it's because they say, like, your why is not strong enough, but, like, whatever version of that is, do you think that's true?
It is. I mean, and this is something I've been really honest with a lot of people in my life with, and I'll share this publicly with everybody who's going to be listening and watching this. I've been waking up every morning lately, and I have been looking for every reason not to go to work. Yeah. Because I'm getting discouraged, and I'm looking for that happiness vibe, right? And I go. Do I go to work? Yes. Do I get my shit handled? Absolutely. But I'm looking for the reason not to go to work, and I think
you got to listen to your podcast you guys did with David Green the other day.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
Go re-listen to that. He talks about that.
Oh, I know. I have so many amazing human beings that have been on this show, that listen to this show and that reach out and everything else. I have zero reason not to be excited, but for whatever reason, the last couple of weeks, I've just been really disheartened. And I think that a lot of people might be feeling that way. So Jen, I would love to get your thoughts and theories. And we do. Yes. Do we joke a lot on this show? Absolutely. That's kind of pretty much the premise of this. But I mean, but there's also a lot of honesty in regards to where people's mindsets are, and how to help folks and how to help people get out of bed, and how to I listen to your podcast, I listen to a lot of other people's podcasts, and it really inspires me and encourages me and really gets me going. So I mean, if you were to give some pieces of advice for folks for morning routines and for positivity, where would you start? And then walk us through a process that you're dealing with or working with right now, that would be something that people could use and be happy, be excited, especially in the holidays, man. It's a shit show dumpster fire of 2020. And now we have the holidays coming up. Then with all these fuckstick, governors, they're telling everyone to stay home, not socialize, don't see your family. And so people's mental, mindsets are in a negative place. To change that for everybody. Help us understand.
You ready? Ta-da. No, I think I think what you alluded to is I call it like building your bunker. So when you get, for me, it's the morning. Like in the morning, that's where everything begins. And even if based on, because of how everything's working for COVID or whatever, right? Even if your morning is only like 30 minutes, then take that and make that your bunker. And so for most people, and this is like every business book, even from like the beginning of time, it's like you wake up, you do like some type of like meditation or journaling or both, or some type of something like, there you go, right? Like I haven't really gotten into the journaling thing, but like definitely some meditation. And for me, like I just started with meditation, and the thing that I really like about it and the thing that I've learned is I realized that what I'm feeling is not who I am, right? So like if I wake up and honestly, I haven't woken up in a bad mood in like kind of a long time, but sometimes I wake up sad. So like then I realize, okay, do I have a reason to be sad? Is there something happening is there like something that is sad actually happening? Or is it just like the way that I feel about like a situation, or I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but like,
I completely understand where you're coming from. And one of the things, and I woke up, and I used to do this as well. I used to wake up and ask the same questions of like, I'm so bummed, or blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. You woke up, you're breathing. And I would say to myself 3 times, I would say, today's going to be an amazing day. And then when I woke up, when I rubbed a little bit out of my eyes, I'd be like, today is going to be an amazing day. Yeah. And then I swing my feet out of the bed, and I would shout, today's going to be an amazing day. And I get up and I roll through the rest of the day. And it's an incredible, our good friend, Jake Wolf, who's our co-host on the Wednesday shows on the Marketing Roundtable for Real Estate Uncensored. He gets up and he literally growls. Like,
that's awesome.
He growled. And I'm like,
it's like a release.
I'm like, Jake, why do you growl? He's like, just letting the world know I'm here. And I'm like, okay.
Staying in the jungle. I like it.
There you go.
But that's too, I mean, saying like the affirmation or putting on your favorite song or like something that gets your mind right, you know? And not only do we get to wake up every day, but as real estate agents, we get to positively, we have a choice. We can either make money or we can not make money. And do you know how many people don't have a choice?
Lots.
So many people. We're smart enough to do it. We have the ability to do it. I mean, and it's possible, right? It's insane. This is insane. It's an insane gift that we have.
And doggone it, people like you.
I mean, not everybody likes me, but
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. I think Jen's full of shit on that one. You know, she's a lovable human being who's beautiful, intelligent, and kind, and and aggressive, and there's nothing not to like about you. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, keep it coming. But see, here's the thing: most folks do not think like this. Why? Because they listen to outside influences when they have to understand it's 400 million to 1 that you're going to end up on this planet. Because when mom and dad did the ugly, bumping.
Did it, you think? That's
yeah. Oh, I can go into details on that.
Yeah, let's not, shall we?
But here's the thing. You guys have already won the race. You're already a celebrity.
You are the smartest one out of all of them. Sometimes I look at people and I'm like, damn, really?
I thought this was supposed to be a positive show.
I'm positive that I'm really sure that I'm like, damn, really?
I thought you were talking about me. I was just kind of like, okay, that's cool. Whatever.
I'm talking about other people.
But in all honesty, guys, look, you were the fastest swimmer. Like you were the winner of however many those little things were, that were doing their thing. But when it comes to like you getting down on yourself, you have to understand that you're uniquely special. You're powerful. You're creative. You're incredibly interesting. You have skills that you don't even know that you can even tap into yet. All you have to do is reach out. But yet we always focus on the negativity because why? Why does the newspapers always sell death, divorce, stock market crashing, murder, rape, and everything else? It sells. Our brains like to think about this. But if you keep in mind of the fact that you are unique, you are powerful, beautiful, handsome, and incredible, and you tell yourself that every morning. And I do tell myself that every morning. I wake up and I rub the shit out of my eyes, and I'm like, you are a powerful, intelligent human being. People love and respect you, and you have value to bring to other people that you don't even know yet. You're going to go out there and change lives and have a conversation with someone that's going to bring light to their eyes. And I'm like, oh, okay.
There you go. You look up in your step.
I'm out the door, but we don't do that as a society. And so, Jen, why do you think people don't do that?
Oh, why do they not do that? I think, I don't know. I don't know why you have I think some people don't think they have a choice, but something occurred to me while you were saying that is there are some people that if you haven't like thought positively about yourself, maybe you don't know where to start. But can you think of somebody who does like you, who's your friend, like your actual friend, and maybe ask them what they think about you, and you can start there.
Good point.
Be careful. Be careful, I said, because if I know with my friends, if I don't preface it with, listen, I'm having a bad time today and I need some affirmation that I'm a good dude. What do you think of me? I'll get the exact opposite of what I want to hear.
You, right. You know what I mean.
Well, that's just guys. I mean, you have good friends when they call you a shit stick and an asshole. You know, that's when you're like, okay, you're my homie. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
But I mean, the number one thing is if you don't want to see positivity in yourself, you don't believe in yourself at the moment, here's the easiest thing to do, guys. Go out there and compliment 5 people on random things that you see on a daily basis and watch them light up. You know, I can say, you know what, Jen? I love your hair today. It is absolutely spectacular. Jean, you look balder than ever. I really enjoy the sheen on your head. It is fantastic.
All right, that's 2. I think this could be a fun exercise. Give me 3 more things that you would say to somebody on the street.
Okay. You or other people?
No. Just random people.
Okay. You know what? You can walk up to someone in your supermarket and you're sitting there waiting, compliment them on their coat or their pants or their shoes or whatever else, or the food they have. You're like, you know what? I've eaten that. Have you had that before? It is fantastic. That's a wonderful choice. Or if you see someone, walking around town, just compliment them. Like I whenever I see people out with their animals, I say, you have got one of the best looking animals I've ever seen. What is his or her name?
I love that.
Oh my God, this is blah, blah, blah. This is Fluffy Face. I'm like, hi, Fluffy Face. And, I talk to them about it for half a second, then I, go away. But what I'm doing is I'm just bringing joy, light, power, and love to the world by one comment after another, because we have negativity. We have positivity. Guys, it is your choice on which way you want to look at it. And like, here's a good thing.
That's where it starts, though. You have to know, like really, really, really know that you have a choice. And just because, even if your first instinct is a negative, know that really when you choose, it's your second thought. It's that one that you chose, not the instant.
It is. And that comes all the way back to real estate when it comes to working with your clients. Look, you're going to have some fuckface assholes that you're going to work with.
Never.
But here,
they're all fat. What are you talking about?
No.
That's only California.
Oh, God, he's such a hater.
I know. I hate California.
God, you really hate California.
God.
But here's the thing. Like, when you have a client, and I had a client like this, I just closed a $2.1 million deal. And I found it off market, the whole 9 yards. You guys have heard me talk about this before. And this guy was a serious grade A fucking cocksucker. And I literally put $2 million liquid dollars into his bank account, and he was giving me grief the entire time. And I decided to shift my point of view with him. I said, you know what? I'm blessed to be in this opportunity. I appreciate, the right to operate, to represent you. And I want to just offer my best opportunity for you. And I shifted every negative comment he would say to me. And I would say, you know what? I really appreciate your input. Yeah. Here's where I'm going to come from. How can I assist you?
Nice. And how did that change the interaction? Yeah. Right. It's crazy.
180
but that
degrees.
happens when we're cold calling. Like when I cold call and they don't know you. They can only hear you. Right.
Right.
And so, when you're getting all that junk back, it's like they're being jerks or whatever. And then I'm like, wait a second. It's because whatever I'm putting out there.
Yep.
So I will literally stop, even if my 50 minutes is not up. I will literally stop. I will go look in the mirror and I'll be, well, for me, I'm just like, stop it. Just stop it. And laugh and be like, that you're getting whatever you're giving. So stop it. And what do you really want here? And then you get back on the phone and it's fine.
Have you ever heard of the sales theory match and mirror?
Yep.
Mirror match, yeah, for sure.
Have you ever seen it actually executed by somebody on stage? You have?
I think so.
Yeah. I saw this incredible display of it one time where this guy who was on stage called up a member from the audience who he didn't know.
Yeah.
And they didn't say 2 words. And it went from him physically pushing the guy on stage to them dancing at the end of it.
Oh my God.
It was so wild to watch. So he said, I'm not going to say anything. I don't even know the guy's name. Guy comes up, he puts his hand up. Guy puts his hand up. His other hand, the other hand. Right. So
the whole
standing
time
like
they
that.
didn't say anything.
Not one word. So he starts pushing his hand. Guy starts pushing him back the other way. They start going like this. And eventually he drops his hands. The other guy did too. And they end up like chest to chest. He grabs them and they start dancing around the stage. And he was like, your human nature wants to give back what you're getting. Right. So think about 2 guys.
I got goosebumps, Gene.
I wish you could have seen it because I don't do it justice by explaining it. Right. To actually watch it. Because first I'm like, what are these 2 idiots doing? What's going on here? And then by the end of it, I was like, wow, that was actually pretty amazing. You can see your natural reaction.
Yeah.
Is to counter whatever's coming at you physically and mentally, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about somebody acting that way on a cold call, it's possible that it is the way that you approached it.
No, it's absolutely. It's not only possible, but that's very likely.
I've had a lot of interactions. Like Jen and I, you and I are big cold callers, right? And I got to the point, and I'm at the point when I have people that come at me with negativity, I come back at them with positivity, and it diffuses the situation immediately.
Yeah.
Like I had this one guy, old cranky dude. He was hilarious.
I love those people.
He was just griping at me, get off the phone, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what, sir? It's a fantastic idea. Why don't we do this?
I'm gonna come over.
Let's have a hang up contest. Who goes first? And then he's like, you haven't hung up. I'm like, you haven't either. What's going on? I'm like, so do you want me to come over and give you a hug? And then he's like, go away, and clicks. And I'm just like, hee. Because, I took a negative situation, I turned it into a positive one, because I wasn't rude. I didn't do anything that was not professional. I had a little bit of fun with somebody, and hopefully I put a smile on their face. And so when you guys are out there doing calls, you're sending mailers, you're doing videos, you're doing stories on Instagram and Facebook, you're posting stuff on LinkedIn, all this other stuff, and people don't respond, or they respond negatively to what you're doing, just understand that's their reality. It's not your reality, it's their reality.
And it's not your job to change their reality. You're only responsible for yourself. And how you interpret what they do, that's what makes the difference. Because you can respond to them negatively, and then it perpetuates it, or you can not respond, or you can respond. I mean, whatever, right?
Well, a lot of us, what we do is we hold everything in a fist. We try to hold on to everything so tight. So it's our emotions, it's our thoughts, it's our relationships, it's our business, it's our clients, or whatever it is. Here's the most powerful thing I've ever done in my entire life, and it's changed everything that I touch, is that I lay my hand out flat, and I let everything sit on the palm of my hand, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and everything else. And so that if it's going to stay there, it's going to stay there for a reason. If it's going to fly away, it might come back. If it's going to go away, it's going to go away. But I'm not going to be able to force it to stay there. And I'm thankful for everything that shifts in my life. Now, why would I be thankful for that? It's because, you know what? And this is the one phrase, the absolute one phrase I repeat to myself all the time. I'm exactly where I need to be at this exact moment for the exact right reason. And so if a relationship ends, knock on wood that, my girlfriend and I were doing very well, there's no problems there. But I mean, if I lose a client, or if I don't get a lead, or if I don't work with somebody, you know what? That's okay.
It is okay. It's fine. Go get another one.
Yeah, go get another.
It's fine.
You're where you need to be in life. And God, people just think that they're deserving of X, Y, and Z, but the only thing you're deserving of is what you've worked for, and be ecstatic about where you are. Because guys, the majority of the world makes $25,000 a year or less. I mean, anyone who makes over that, you're in the top 1%. I mean, you're making a lot of cash. Be thankful for that. Be thankful you have a dog, a husband, a wife, a partner. Be thankful that you have a beautiful girl, Jenn, on this show, and a great bald ninja as my co-host. I mean, it's very simple stuff to be thankful for.
Yeah, and I think that, bringing it back to what we were talking about, it's just starting off right away, whatever it is, affirmations, gratitude, journaling, whatever it is, to put good stuff in your mind from the beginning. It will take you through the entire day. And then step 2 is starting with your most important thing first, which is how we kind of got on this topic, which is lead generation.
So walk me down that a little bit for starting the morning off. So you're going to be grateful for stuff, and then you're going to do your best thing first, or your hardest thing first. What do you want to do?
No, I want to do the most dollar producing thing first. So as a real estate agent, we only have 5 jobs. So it's generating new business, following up, lead follow-up, going on appointments, role playing, practicing, or some version of that, and then negotiating contracts. Anything outside of those 5 you shouldn't be doing it. You get paid too much as a realtor to be doing that stuff. Okay. So out of those 5,
okay.
Huh?
I said, you said, okay.
Okay. Sure. So out of those 5, the most important one is new business lead generation. If you do not have new business, you do not have a business for very long.
So let's talk about lead generation. What are you going to do for lead generation? What would be something that you would do on a daily basis?
So it depends on how you want to get your leads and how your business is set up. So first you need to decide, are you going to talk to people you know or people you don't know? My preference is people I don't know. So that requires cold calling in general. I mean, you could do it other ways. Like when I first started, I went door knocking because I didn't have Vulcan and I wasn't a licensed realtor. I was a wholesaler. So I would door knock the notice of defaults. But whatever let's just say you're a realtor and it's cold calling. Okay. So you have a system. Now the best time to cold call, and these are just best practices. The best time is 8 o'clock in the morning. The second best time is now. right? But like there's rules of thumb. So it's like 8 or 9 o'clock you start. It's really better to start at 8 around lunchtime and then like after 3. I mean, there's studies on this.
Yep.
So you have to choose if you're going to do that. If you're going to cold call, you have to look and say, okay, can I really work that schedule that is required for the success that I'm looking for? If you're not going to cold call, let's say you're going to do people you know, I mean, you'll have to go to somebody else. I don't really know how to do that. But like you would maybe write notes or set lunch appointments. And if you're going to set lunch appointments and coffee appointments, then you like stack them or Zoom or whatever, right? Like even on Zoom, you can stack them because then you can let people into your Zoom meeting while the other person is still there and be like, oh my gosh, do you guys know each other? You're both past clients. You both live in the same part of town. You both have a 5-year-old son, like whatever it is, right?
Yeah, it's finding the connection points between people and then being the connector. I literally do that every single day. Is I connect people on a consistent basis. I say, you know what, Jen, there's a guy you should really meet. His name's Gene Volpe. He is a master marketer and he absolutely crushes. And for what you're trying to do and grow your business, you know, would you mind if I could get him on the call really quickly if he has time and you know I can have you guys do a personal introduction? And then you're like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Dude, I will tell you, you are, I fancy myself a connector too, but you are actually one of the best. Like people, you talk about it on the show, but I'll literally, he forgets sometimes I'm on the East Coast. So I'll get a call at like 9:40. He's like, you got 2 minutes? I'm going to bridge you in with Jen. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, dude. I'm like, you know, sure. I'm sitting in my underwear. Everybody's in bed. Don't worry about it. Let's go. But honestly, how many times have you done that to me?
Oh, I've done it to you dozens of times.
Yeah. And I love it. But I do love that. I love the fact that you're always like, wait, so I just met Jen. I heard 3 things she said. Yeah, I got to send her over to Bob, you know, from Remax for whatever reason.
Oh, fuck him.
Oh, so Jen,
not Bob. Come on, man. We know what he did to us last time. Never Bob.
Never Bob.
Never
But
Bob.
actually, Gene, that goes back to what Greg was saying before. Like if you're in like a funk about like your mind and it's just not getting right and you just can't think of anything positive, think about somebody else for a change other than yourself. And all of a sudden it will probably shift.
I actually like that. I mean, if you get like, if you make a conscious effort and create a conscious thought pattern that I feel like shit right now. However, I know that my buddy Dave down the street is X, Y, and Z, and I wonder if I should connect him with somebody. How can I help him in his world? That's going to make you feel better.
Or if that person pops into your mind, give him a quick call or a quick text. Hey, I just thought of you. How are you doing? It will automatically not only cheer him up, it will cheer you up too.
Dude,
yeah, I agree with that. That's actually really good.
I had a call. I had a call with my friend Lisa Fair. I've known her for several years at this point. I haven't talked to her since the last time she and I talked. She actually got pregnant, had her first baby, and she and I had a great conversation yesterday. And I'm like, "How are you? What's going on?" And you know, she and I just chatted for a little bit, and I just said, "How can I help you? You know, is there anything I can do to support you?" And she was like, "Oh my God, like I can't believe you would ask that." And I'm like, "What?
Why?
You're my friend."
Yeah,
because nobody does.
Or what is the challenge you're having? What's your biggest challenge right now? Is it good? Because when some people say like, can I help you? Our instinct, if we're like do-it-yourselfers, are like, no, I don't need help. I got this. I can do everything on my own.
Yeah.
What's your biggest challenge? I'm going to take that, Jen. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that publicly because that is an absolutely legendary comment right there. It is such a simplistic thing to do. I mean, Gene, you're on the back end of 95. Actually, you're behind the scenes on 100% of the podcast these days.
Yeah.
And what is the one question we ask every single one of our guests?
You're really good at it when we close up. Is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah.
Nice.
How can I help you? Who can I connect you with? Yeah. You know, how can I benefit your business? How can I bring value to you?
You've always been. See, I could care less. I got enough shit to do. But you are very consistent with that.
But I wonder what would happen if you changed the question to what's your biggest challenge right now?
I'll tell you what will happen. Because I know this from something else that I do on occasion. You know how when you see somebody out on the street, you go, "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah.
I change that every once in a while. And I go, "Yes, hey, tell me one thing that's made you smile today." And
that's nice.
And here's what it does. It makes you go, "Wait a minute." Yeah, another positive interrupt, right? So like, if I said that to you, it forces you to go, you know, my daughter was home from school today. She's off. It was nice to see her after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I don't usually get that, right? Like, and you're forced to think about something that makes you feel good, right?
But what you're talking about is exactly is bringing people to the present. So about 6 weeks ago, there's this app that you can get on your phone, and it's like a reminder app. So it goes off 10 times a day. So for 10 times a day, it's like, it says, how are you feeling? But it's exactly what you're talking about. It's like an interrupt. So it forces me to be like, wait a minute, how am I feeling? And that's exactly what you're doing to people. It's like bringing them out of all their craziness that's happening, because we have all this shit in our head, and it's like, wow, saying weird things. And it's bringing us right to like, what is happening now? This crazy bald man is in front of me asking me this weird question. Do I answer him? Do I not answer him? Yep. Do I punch him?
But it forces. So first of all, I'll say it again for Howard because he's asking, and what I say is some version of what's one thing that's made you smile today instead of like hello, how are you? Right?
That's great.
But I will tell you one trick I have, Jen. I always stay at least an arm's length away when I'm asking that.
That's a good idea.
Because if number 3 is you're going to hit me, at least I can duck. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying you have a choice, Gene.
Yeah, got it.
What made you smile today? Smack!
Not gonna right in the face.
Listen, I got news for you. There are people that by punching me in the face, it would make them smile. That would be their answer.
I mean,
let me call my wife. See, let me get my wife here real quick.
What she thinks.
I'll prove it.
So let's do this, Jen. What is something that's made you smile today?
Oh, I like it.
Oh, I like it. It was 40 degrees today when I woke up.
That's a good thing?
It's so good. Oh my God. It was like below 30 yesterday. It was freezing. So I was so happy. I was like, yay. Because then I can walk, because I live downtown. And so we have a co-work, because at EXP, we can work out of the Regis spaces. Right. So we have a co-working space, but it's like 10 blocks away. And I'm so cold. Like, I keep my house at 78. I'm so cold.
Damn.
I know, but I'm so warm in there. And I still have blankets and stuff. Anyway, so I was like, yay, it's 40 degrees. Like, I have appropriate attire to walk 10 blocks.
Gene, what's made you smile?
I had enough time to think about that. I've been pretty miserable today.
Why?
No, I'm just kidding. Am I ever miserable?
I don't think so. But
is there anything to be miserable about, honestly?
Nope.
If you're ever miserable, go travel to a third world country.
I don't even have to go that far sometimes. I just, you know what I do? I just come through on Facebook. I come through on Facebook and I just watch everybody else bitch about their lives. And I'm like, yeah, it ain't so bad.
So here's the thing that I do when I'm having a rough day. And this is something for you guys for positivity mindsets. Like, I love to get out and drive. When I call my the wheels on my car are shoes. So when I get the shoes are all clean on my car and my truck's looking good. I mean, I will just get in my car. I'll turn up my music that I like, really loud, and I'll just rock it down the freeway at 110 miles an hour, literally, just fucking ripping past people, dropping it into sports mode, just rocketing. Knock on wood, cops don't see me. But I get out and I'll go somewhere completely private, and I'll just be out, and I'll get out of my car and I'll sit in a quiet place for a few minutes, and I'll just be grateful and thankful for the opportunity that I have to do that action. And then I'll get back in my car and I'll drive back, generally probably a lot slower, and I will just enjoy life. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that opportunity. And I give thanks at every point in my life. I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for the air that I breathe. I'm thankful for the beautiful home that I've built for myself. I'm thankful for my girlfriend. Shut up. I'm thankful for my furry little barfer, who terrorizes my life on a daily basis. But you know what? That guy,
that's your fault.
I feed him human food, and it's my bad, and I'm going to stop. But you know what? Here's the things. Everything in life is beauty. You just have to take the opportunity to see it. Once you see it through a different lens, everything around you will change. But too many of us don't do that because we're so consumed about being, pessimistic because we feel that's the way it's supposed to be done. When in reality, being a positive influence on someone's life will shift their life in ways you can never imagine. And you can just literally change thousands of lives just by being a positive human being. I'm not saying like goofy, cheesy, weird.
Yeah, it has to be real. And I think that's the key. Like, you can't like, even when you're complimenting somebody, if you decide that's what you want to do, or you want to be grateful, or whatever you want to do, if any of these tips, it has to be like
you.
It has to be you, and it has to be real. It can't be fake.
What, like this? You can't do this? Greg, you look great today, Greg.
I can't see ya.
You look great, Greg. You're looking great, man. You're looking great. So handsome. Oh, so handsome. Like that time I went in to get my picture taken at the DMV, and she snapped the picture and went like this. Oh. She went, "Do you want to take it again?" I went, "I guess I do now." Like, what was that shit?
That did not happen.
I swear to God.
That's hilarious.
Well, Jen, I'm really glad that you asked me what made me smile today. I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you read my mind. It was telepathic.
So here's the funny thing. My girlfriend and I were laying in bed this morning. We're like exhausted. It's butt fucking crack of dawn. And
I'm glad he added that.
I feel this like I feel this like rustling around next to me. Then I feel this big old arm just go right on top of me. And she just laid her arm on me and just kind of snuggled in and started sniffing me. And that's not a weird thing. If she was just trying to be cute and funny. But I mean, the whole thing is that, you know, that small action that she did, thumping her arm over my body when I'm laying there, and then just messing with me. It's so early in the morning. We're both super tired. That made my day. That made me smile. You know, that's the kind of stuff, guys. Look for those small things.
Oh, the little. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Everything that we said is like they're tiny things. It's crazy. It doesn't have to be anything big, but the tiniest little thing made the biggest difference.
So Darren Hardy, if you guys don't know him, he was the past editor of Success Magazine.
Yeah.
He told a story in one of his books that I've read multiple times about the fact that he was talking to a friend. They were at a party together. They're going to pick up more ice or more beer or something from the store, right? Because the party was running out. And his friend goes, "Hey, brother, you know, I think I'm gonna get a divorce." And he's like, "What? Hold up. No, hold on. Why?" And he went through a whole list of, you know, bullshit. And Darren said, "Okay, do you love her?" "Yes, I love her." "Okay, this is what I want you to do. For the next 365 days, I want you to take out a pen. I want you to get a nondescript little, you know, notebook like this. And for every single day, I want you to date it and time it and write in every one thing a day that you love and appreciate about your wife. It can be the way she did her hair, how she fixed the kid breakfast, how she, you know, backed the car out of the damn driveway, whatever." Right. And the guy's like, "Do you really think that's going to work?" And Darren's like, "Try it." And so his buddy's like, "Okay, man. Okay, cool. I mean, it's my wife. Sure, I'll do anything for her." Right. So he started doing it. Within 14 days, his mindset has shifted 180 degrees going,
that fast, huh?
Oh my God. Because what he did, instead of looking for the negatives in life going, "Oh my God, she did this, blah, blah, blah." It would be more like, man, like Jackie, my girlfriend, she sprays something on her face to help her makeup stay where it's supposed to stay all day. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it smells absolutely amazing. And so I'm always grateful for that smell. So if I was that guy, I would have written that down. But so the guy started, and 14 days later, he started seeing his wife in a completely different light. Their relationship started to improve. And 365 days later, he gave her this book about the things that he loved about her. Can you imagine the crazy sex in the waterworks? I mean,
that's awesome.
But you can do that for yourself too. And this is what I always talk about for real estate agents. If you have a client that's driving you banana cakes, go write one thing every time you meet them that you appreciate. Maybe they were on time. Maybe they responded to your calls very
maybe quickly. You really like the house, or you're happy your signs in the neighborhood, because then you can get buyers.
Exactly. Gratitude will shift everything, but you have to look for it. And it's there, guys. I mean, I'm thankful to see Bald Gene 2 times a week.
Aww.
And this guy, here's the funny thing. This motherfucker, I couldn't figure out who was posting on my Facebook and all these ads and everything that I was doing. And Gene and I were, busting each other's nuts behind the show one day. And I said, "Well, Gene, why don't you post for me?" He's like, "I have, you idiot, for the last 3 years." I'm like,
for 3 years and you didn't even know?
Look, here's what you got to know about Greg. I had a real close friend of mine call me and say, "Hey, I was thinking about signing up for this new service." And I go onto the website, and there's a video of Greg giving a testimonial. And he gives me the name of the service. And I'm like, nah, Greg doesn't use that. He's like, are you sure? And I go, I've been talking to him 3-4 times a week for the last 4 years, and he's never mentioned it once. He goes, all right, I'll reach out to him. I said, I'm going to tell you what he's going to say. He goes, oh, really? I didn't know I had it. And that's exactly what it was. He called Greg, and he's like, I saw your testimonial video on this thing. And Greg was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you know what? That's just me being grateful and thankful, and that's what we're all talking about here.
That's exactly what it sounded like. I got to be honest.
It really is.
I know it was.
So let's do this, guys. Let's wrap this thing up. We've been rolling hard for almost an hour. Jen,
how'd that happen?
Dude, because we're fucking awesome. That's why.
52 minutes, dude.
In 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Jen, people, where they can get a hold of you for real estate, connect to you to work with your downline with EXP and your podcast. Where can people meet the amazing Jen?
Oh yeah. So the podcast is called Toe Podcast. You have to put the whole thing in there. But if they just go and Google Jennifer Murtland, like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, I'll pop up and it's all in there. Or you can just call me or text me, 513-400-1691.
Beautiful. Now, the question that everybody's been texting me the entire show is, how do we get a hold of Gina Velope? Who is that?
Oh God, I'm afraid to do this, but
who are you?
No. I was going to tell you a funny story, but I think here's why I can't, and I can't only because the person that I was telling it about might be watching, and I don't want to do it to embarrass them. But
okay. How about we? Bob from Remax was the individual.
No, it's not, because the story is specific enough where they would know. Believe me. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
So you don't get in touch with me. I'm all booked up. There you go.
No, he's full of shit, guys. JaneVolpe.com.
Jenna Velope. Jenna
Velope.
Yes, there it is.
Jenn Velope. Yes, that's where you get a hold of them, guys. GVI Media, go ahead and check it out. They do an insanely awesome job, even though Gene fucking sucks at selling himself. I will do it for him.
Clearly.
Guys, seriously, the back end, not in a sexual way, of his is incredibly powerful. Like some of the stuff that they have that he works with on his back end is I know. We keep saying back end, and we're just gonna get weird. But it is absolutely incredible, and he's an amazing human being. Go reach out to him immediately if you want marketing.
You know I love you too, right?
I mean, everybody wants to know, do you have a testimonial on his site, Greg?
He's gonna now.
Yeah, I am now. But I don't remember putting it there. It's so weird. And for me, guys, if you guys want to reach out to me, talk about EXP. We're not going to build the biggest downline. We're going to build the most profitable downline. I have some total assassins in my crew that I'm running with. Can't really use a lot of names. One I can say is Glenn Twiddle out of Australia. We have the biggest downline in Australia right now, and we're growing leaps and bounds, and the stuff that they're putting out is insane. So if you want to learn how to be the most profitable individual in what you do, give me a call. 925-915-1978 is the number. So guys, Jen, you guys are both literally some of my favorite people to talk to. You guys make my cheeks hurt every time I'm around you. If you guys are going to give us a review, give us a 5-star, not a 2-star. What? We're not done.
2-star.
I said not a 2-star, but a 5-star, not a 2-star. On anywhere where you guys listen to podcasts. But Gene, you have an incredibly important job. What color are we putting on the bow today?
Let's go pink.
Ooh.
Oh, we have never done a pink. Well, yes, we have. We've done a pink bow twice, but this is our 3rd time doing it. Okay, that is our show, guys. There's the pink bow. If you guys like us and you guys enjoy Jen, reach out to her. If you love Gene, reach out to Gene. But I appreciate you and love you for everything that you guys do. We could not do the show without you. And I thank you, love you, appreciate you. And until next time, peace out, ninjas. Work out. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you take action immediately with the tactics and the takeaways that you've learned. Now, if you'd like to take the relationship to the next level with me, which I strongly encourage that you do, by the way, I want you guys to go ahead and shoot me a text. It's 925 915 1978. A lot of times, if people are feeling stuck or they just need a third party to listen or kind of throw some ideas at, I would love to be that for you. Take the McDaniel Challenge. Well over 400 people have taken the challenge. And you know what? It's been a positive result 99.9% of the time. Nah, I'm kidding. It's been 100% of the time. It's been a blast. And I would encourage you guys to reach out to me. I really would love to talk with you. If you're feeling a little stuck and you guys need a third party to kind of just bounce some ideas off, I'm here for you. Again, that number is 925 915 1978. And as always, peace out, ninjas. We gone.